last year, Speed Racer changed the racing world forever. We all watched as he put it all on the line and reminded us why stunt racing is the greatest sport in the world. Now, here we are once more, seeking the WRL Cup. Many are returning, eager to compete yet again. Some are making their WRL arena racing debut, while others will be returning for darker reasons, for money or revenge. Driving for forces that seek to control and corrupt everything that is good in racing.
This game is set after the ending of the 2008 Speed Racer movie. As a movie tie-in game, you would think this game is lacking in quality, but you would be wrong. I really enjoy this game menu, simplistic, easy to navigate, and still captures the aesthetic of the movie. It has 3 different game modes. Championship, which is essentially the Grand Prix mode for this game, is divided by 4 different classes. The higher the class, the more difficult the race will be. Completing some of the championships within the classes unlocks different variants of the racetracks within those classes to be able to be played in another 2 modes. It also unlocks characters, and only in Class 4 completing championships grant you cheat codes. Single race is the second game mode. You can replay any racetrack you completed in the championship game mode. The last game mode is time trial. It's the same game mode as any other racing game to test yourself how fast you can beat a racetrack. This game has an easy to pick up, hard to master approach. A way to win races is not just by finishing top of your peers, you can also do it by using car food. This game's mechanics are different from other racers that you would play today, as this game encourages you to fight your opponent's cars by ramming into them. By pressing square or circle launches your car left or right to ram into cars. Pressing X makes your car do a 180, holding X makes your car do a 360, boosting while holding X makes your car do a torpedo, moving the right analog stick forward causes your car to do a front flip, while doing the opposite does a backflip. Moving the right analog stick left or right makes the car do a barrel roll. Pressing the right analog stick makes your car jump. All these maneuvers make the game more compelling and fun to learn. While mastering these abilities doesn't make the game feel like a generic racer. My favorite mechanic of this game though is the speed boosts. The more faster you go, the more you're able to get speed boosts. You can get up to 4. The more boosts you use, the more intense. When you use all 4 at once, you enter what is known as the zone mode. It's basically like getting a star in Mario Kart, but it's like you enter a whole different dimension when you go in zone mode, and the soundtrack as well elevates this feeling as you're entering a out-of-body experience while on the racetrack. This game has 6 different locations for racing: Thunderhead Raceway, Norris, Fuji Helixicon, Aurora Cryo Potion, Socorris, and the WRL Cosmopolis Grand Prix. It's weird not having the Casa Cristo 5000 as a racetrack in the game. I understand the racetrack would have been too big for this game, but the developers could have chopped it up the race into individual racetracks and wouldn't be complete, since the actual race in the movie isn't a racetrack, it is a race derby that doesn't loop, instead goes location to location. That's why it could have worked. Either the developers didn't have time to make this a reality, or didn't have a way of doing so. Maybe an alternative timeline, we could have seen the PlayStation 3 port of this game released with the Casa Cristo 5000 Derby become a reality. The locations consist of different variations of the racetracks in each class. I wish this game had more ways to traverse in these racetracks, like having to use the car food mechanics. Imagine having to jump over obstacles, or having to go off a ramp, having to do a barrel roll into a wall to fit through. A cool bonus that the game could have had was a racetrack editor that could have been awesome, able to make custom racetracks in-game. There are 25 playable races in this version of the game. You start off with 4 characters, essentially being the most important characters in the movie. You unlock characters while completing the championship game mode. The races have 4 different attributes: speed, which refers to the car's top speed it can achieve; acceleration, how quick the car can accelerate; handling, how easy it is to control the car; strength, how much damage you output towards your opponents. The variety of racers with different strengths and weaknesses can help you decide which racer is key to your playstyle. My personal preference when it comes to attributes is handling. When the car is going above 300 miles per hour, it becomes harder to control the car on sharper turns while accelerating. Most of the time you have to stop accelerating, but this can lead to your car falling off the track since you're not going fast enough while turning upside down. The races have in-game dialogue that correspond with game actions made by the player or the opponent, giving the game more of a personal touch as it makes you feel like you're really racing against them. This game has a Rivals and Allies feature. I think it's really unique. I've never seen this in any other racer I've played beforehand. Your allies protect you from other cars from slamming into you, especially your rivals. When you hit your rivals, it does double the car food damage, which is double the points. The more car food points you get can add up to points overall to winning a race, which is very important when it comes to winning championships. I wish the game had more characters like Pops Racer, Inspector Rokugo, and Captain Terror from the original anime. Speaking of the original anime, I would have loved to see skins for the races and the cars from the original anime like Speed Racer and Racer X. Connecting with the Casa Cristo 5000 car gadgets used in the movie would have been awesome to be usable in game. But now you may think the lack of high criticism has you thinking I must think of this game in high regard. But there's one thing that's held this game back from being great: the lack of a story mode. Now I understand that the movie tie-in games aren't made with a big budget or a big studio, but do you remember what I said in the beginning of the video? This game is based on a continuation of the movie that is tied to. It would have been awesome to see how the story of the movie would have progressed in this game. There's plenty of games out there where they're based off of movie IP and continue the story non-canonically. For example, Ghostbusters the video game, which I'll be making a video on as well. New locations for races, new characters, or reintroducing characters from the original anime into this game, and new ways of vehicles could have been used. So many opportunities were missed out to make this go further beyond than it already has for its expectations. My final rating for this underrated gem of a movie tie-in game is a 7 out of 10.